Hello, everyone. Dr. Vicky here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center. It's time for Taroscopes. We're going to be doing the Taroscopes for the sign of Pisces. That's Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, Pisces Rising for the month of January 2025. Yeah, we're in a new vibrational year. 2025 is a nine vibration. And so we look at what lies ahead through the sort of perspective of the nine. And the nine, it really deals with the span of humanity, the very best and the very worst. And so, in a 9 year, we uh, may expect to see the best and the worst in people. Um, it is a time of letting go. It is a time of forgiveness. It is a time of separating the wheat from the chaff. And so the eight vibration year that would just pass, 2024, was a harvest time. And now we have the harvest table full of the harvest. And as many of you gardeners know, one of the it's great that there's that all that effort in the beginning when you're turning the soil and you're planting the seeds and you're building the structures. And then there's that period where everything's just growing and you're just sort of tending it. But then you get to the period where you have to process it. And this is the period that we're in. We're processing our experiences of the last 8 years, which began in 2017, when, unfortunately, in my estimation, but maybe fortunately in the evolutionary plan, old 45 became 45. And now we're at the 9 year of that year and of that cycle. And now we're seeing what we want to keep and what we want to let go of. This is going to be a very transformational period for a number of reasons. So let me take a look at the astrology for you Pisces, because it's such a in a way a bit of oh, slideshow, good, a bit of a microcosm for what some of the more important things that'll be happening this year. So let me get you to your sign. Okay. Come on now, baby. Okay, Pisces. Here we go. Sorry about that. I got stuck on Aquarius. Um, let's talk about your ruling planet. You actually have two ruling planets, Pisces. You have the classical ruler of Pisces, which is Jupiter. And now everything moves. Before nothing moved, now everything moves. Okay. And Jupiter now is in Gemini. Jupiter moving through your fourth house in Gemini. It will move into Cancer at half by the summer, I believe, spring or summer. I don't exactly have the date down, but I know that there's a half of the year we have Pluto in Gemini. I'm sorry, Jupiter in Gemini, expansion of information, more and more information. Some of it fake, some of it propaganda, some of it. But then when it moves into Cancer, it just changes the whole energy. And so um, I think for the Pisces, the beginning of the year is more challenging in that respect. And in a lot more respects. We also have Mars start the month in Leo here in your sixth house of health, but it backs into your fifth house when it moves into Cancer. On the 6th of January, yep, that's 6th of January, which vibrates to the tower this year. So we can expect an illumination around the 6th of January. But then Mars is in Cancer and is moving backwards in Cancer, and then stations in Cancer at 17 degrees of Cancer, and then moves forward in February. But we're not really out of this Mars retrograde cycle for 6 months. It's like a 6 month cycle, and not all that time is Mars retrograde, but it's like everything that comes before, during, after, and then that area of your chart that gets activated 3 times is really, with Mars there, quite irritated. So you're looking at the area of your chart between 17 degrees of Cancer and 7 degrees of Leo. So if you have anything there in your chart, then that is a very, and where that falls in your chart is, it matters for you. And for you, um, it falls in your sixth and fifth houses. But for the most of January, it's going to be fifth house issues for you. And so we have Mars spending a lot of time in your fifth and sixth house. Um, in its retrograde side, in its forward motion, then retrograde, then forward again, right? And then getting out of the shadows. So be careful of your health, Pisces. You're a very sensitive sign. There's a lot of suffering on the planet, and I am, unfortunately, I unfortunately think there'll be more, and it'll be like a wave. And so we have to um, bear witness, but not drown in the sorrow and the letting go that's happening. Um, in a way, maybe suspend any kind of um, I mean, not suspend judgment on what you know is right and wrong. That's not what I mean, but uh, the purpose of any of it. And then there's also the opportunity, especially with the Pisces energy that we're all experiencing, and you're a Pisces, so you experience your whole life. This is with Neptune and Pisces, and then Saturn and Pisces, and then this year they will be dipping into Aries, and that is going to completely change things. Pisces has been in Neptune, your ruling planet, has been in your sign since 2011, and it's about dissolution. It's about dissolution. And so things are dissolving away. And when it moves into Aries, we have an opportunity to plant a new seed, a seed of new consciousness. And you want to make sure that your consciousness, your intention is focused on that which you want to see in the world, and not what you want to see. Not I want to see Donald Trump out of the presidency, or I want to see um, Putin. It's that that is so far in a way outside of you, um, where it would be better served to say, I want a stable home. Um, I want to work towards, I visualize a peaceful place. I visualize a place where people are cooperating and we're working together to solve some of the issues that things like climate change can create. So, I mean, there are other options. It's important to focus on the world you want to see. I've been saying that for months and months and months, and I know you guys might be tired of hearing it, but it still needs to be said. Venus, well, okay, I talked about Neptune and Jupiter. I talked about that. Okay, so Venus is moves into your sign this month, into your first house. You're going to look especially alluring with Venus there. It loves being in Pisces. It's exalted in Pisces. That's, that gentleness like no other sign possesses, is that Venus Pisces energy that Pisces holds. It's like etherically beautiful, and you feel better around it, even if you don't know why. My husband has a Venus in Pisces, and he has an incredible ability to just make you feel um, so I want to say seen, that you matter, that you matter. He has that ability. Of course, if you mess with him, he'll cut you at the knees, but that's an Aries for you. They're generally well intended, and if they don't, you know, sometimes they don't understand the energy that they have. But if you get a more advanced Aries, it's a beautiful energy, and I've been lucky enough to know what that feels like. Um, the sun starts the month in the 11th house of friends, and Mercury spends most of the month there. So, talking to friends or groups, people of like mind about practical matters, that's a lot of what I think January is going to be. The sun moving into the 12th house before, before we have the sun move into Pisces, is in a way a respite, but a time of vision, I think, for Pisces. It's in Aquarius. Aquarius is another off planet energy, just like Pisces, and so there's it's almost like the Aquarian sun in the great cosmic sea of Pisces is a sort of gestating for a more humanitarian way forward. I think that's what that feels like to me, and so that will come, that will happen, and probably in February we'll start to see a change. I don't know. January still seems very up and down and unsure and unsteady. Um, and then February seems a little bit more, and that we might have a better idea of things. And then March and April is like, so, but we're talking about January. And so I say for you, Pisces, January is looking pretty good, honestly, astrologically. So let's look at it from a perspective of the cards, the tarot cards. So I'm using the Arcanum deck. I love this deck. It's the pictures are so pretty. It's Italian artist, I think. It looks Italian. It's like a lot of siennas and like that sort of laid back, warm breeze Italian kind of vibe. All right, let's take a look. Just one more shuffle, I think. These feel pretty clean. I like it. Uh-oh. A card just flew out of the deck. Let me see what it was. What comes to the floor, what falls to the floor comes to the door. That's what we say in Wicca. Oh dear, I think I gotta get this card. Like I'm all like jammed back here. Hold on. Okay, here we go. I'm so sorry, Pisces. Ay, bibbles. All right. Really, I'm sort of like against the wall here because this is where the heater is. It's cold. Well, it's not as cold as it was. Three of Cups. Oh, that's nice. Ooh, a party's coming to the door. Ooh, I hope they bring wine. That to me feels like a day for the girlfriends to get together. That's what it feels like. All right. All right, let's see. I just want to integrate that card back into the deck. That it decided to fly out. Stay with us, friends. All right. Okay. We start with the Seven of Pentacles. I've gotten this card a number of times in these readings this month. Um, it's not time to harvest yet. This says that you need to wait. It's not time to harvest. There may be a few like things that you can pick off and prune. If you're going to harvest the stuff, but prune it as well. You need to strengthen the plant. It's not quite ready for harvest. And that could be a financial situation for you, Pisces. You're not quite stable enough yet. You still haven't grown enough resources for yourself. What's challenging that is a new idea. You have a new idea. You want to get started on something new. But as you assess it today, you're not in the financial place or you don't have the resources. It's not always financial. It could just be the inner resources to do what needs to be done. Let's see what's at the root of it. Okay, so this is about moving forward. This is about taking up arms and marching forward on your thoughts. Let's see what's in the past. The King of Swords. King of Swords. I almost feel like you were stopped. Something blocked your way in the past. It's like you can't go past this. Right? There's a guy standing there with a sword, and he's like, you can't go through this doorway. You are not allowed for whatever reason. So something was blocked. And I think what you're pondering is this worth facing this guy? Is it worth facing this guy? Okay, let's see what's in the sky. Um, a manifestation, an ending of a cycle, and then a new beginning. It's a Saturn card. Saturn is in Pisces. Testing our dreams. People, there's a judgment that you might be a little bit too rosy eye in the sky, rose-colored glasses, too much into the perfect ideal vision of things. Your domestic situation, oh no, I'm sorry, that was the immediate future. That was the immediate future. Oh, it's a Pisces card. Okay, let's see how it's seen from the outside. The King of Wands having dominion over yourself, over your spirit. There's another man here. It's like there's the two kings. It's like this guy in the past is preventing you from maybe going back into the past. Let's see your domestic situation. Well, we have celebration. So there's a celebration. I'm having trouble understanding the whole idea behind these, but we'll continue. You're hoping for victory. And there's a lot to deal with, a lot of burdens, a lot of responsibilities. You're holding too much in your hands. The Page of Cups, an offering of some sort, a message. Walking away from success. Something is calling you away. And then there's the Three of Cups that fell on the ground. Celebrate. Underneath it, we have the Three of Wands, which is seeing the ships coming in, being patient, waiting for your rewards, moving to calmer shores, moving to calmer shores to heal the heartache. I think with these cards, I find it very hard to even find a continuity in these in a way, but as I look at them, it feels to me that the most important thing right now is less about taking up arms, fighting for the right, and more about really evaluating where you are, what you need, which, for Pisces can be a new thing because Pisces like are so caring about others and maybe even like not even caring about the body to a certain extent because it's just so ethereal and it likes staying in the ethereal, but it has a body and it has to take care of it. And it feels like these cards are saying, don't worry about the world outside you that is coming to an end. You need to visualize the world you want to see. Oh, I keep saying this in everybody's readings. Um, enjoy your friends, enjoy your family, enjoy your life. There are many burdens ahead. Um, and you'll need this time to recuperate so that you can, when the time is right, move forward on things. But you're not doing it alone. They want to remind you that you're not doing it alone. You don't have to take all the burden on yourself. You don't have to take all the burden on yourself. People will help you. I almost feel like you're waiting for the people to the rescue boat to finally make it to the shore. And I want to say it's on its way. I want to say it's on its way. All right. Well, that's what I see. All right, let's pull an oracle card. I've been pulling the Tree of Life oracle cards for this group of taroscopes, so I will continue with that. This reading was like a mixture of happiness and sorrow, happiness and sorrow. And so there's a need to, um, it really comes down to the first card is what are your resources and how do you want to expend them? It's best to expend them in the process of healing, I would say, in January for you, Pisces. All right, let's um let me find the cards. They have to be right in front of me, right? Oh, here they are. Okay. Yeah, right in front of me. Yep. All right. So let's see what Pisces, what Tree of Life has to say for Pisces this month, January 2025. 23rd path, the Hanged Man, tolerance, new perspective, and life purpose. Well, that's interesting because that is the path of Neptune, which is your ruling planet. So I will read it to you. I'll hold it up, and I'll read it to you. The 23rd path. This is the stable intelligence, by the way, for the Kabbalists out there. All right, Hanged Man. Um, Running between Hod and Gabura, the Hanged Man is the nebulous and ethereal planet Neptune and the path of the water element that draws power from the intuitive and deeply spiritual nature of change through reasoned action. Khnum, Egyptian god of pottery, reminds us that we are shaped by the experiences of our life. These form and test us, tease out and our true shape. Life fires us and produces cracks, That's how the light gets in. Perhaps you need to change your point of view. What situation is repeating itself time and time again? How can you remove yourself from what seems to have such a hold on you? Are you hanging out rather than being held in place by it? Are you changing your views on a subject, perhaps even something you're known for? New compassion and understanding are arising now, and with them comes the need to express yourself differently. Stop hanging about and make the shift. So this is the place where we do connect with cosmic consciousness. And so there really is sort of that repeating of the idea of this um, sort of being on the water, and when we reach the height, see the crest, and then we fall down and we see the depth, and then we fall up and see the height. And we need to, in a way, be an observer of that and look at it from either a broader perspective or a different perspective. And then, most definitely, self-care this month for you, Pisces. It is going to be quite quite a year, and the North Node moves into your sign. So you're going to be busy with the healing stuff this year, and it's certainly needed. So shore yourself up. Your your time is, the bell hasn't gone off yet, so to make the most of the rest you can get. Stabilize yourself. Make sure you have enough. Make sure you have your as best you can. You're prepared for the fight ahead. It comes down really that the base of that reading was about the fight ahead, and you're not strong enough yet. You need to shore yourself up. Okay. I have a Pisces moon. I'm talking to myself, I guess. All right, guys, have yourself a great day. Have a great month. I'll see you again in February. Did I mention this? I can't remember. I'm starting a channel. No, I have a channel. I say the wrong things all the time. I have a channel. I'm starting a membership if you're interested. So far, I figured out 2 tiers. And that will come out hopefully on the 30th, which is the new moon in Capricorn. So the options will be out there, and you can decide if you want to support me in that way. I'll still be doing plenty of stuff. I'm not going anywhere. It's not like I'm behind a paywall now. Nope. That's just a way for people who want to support me that they can. It's just a little bit easier for them because this is where they see me most. For my Patreon people, you will be getting what the members of the membership on YouTube will get as well. So you don't necessarily need to move to YouTube. You can stay on Patreon. All right. Much love, everyone. Have a great day. Namaste.